Shalom, Israel. In this video, I want to discuss mercy. Mercy. There's a lot of things that separate the real from the fake in this truth, and one of them is mercy. One thing about Car Chronicles, I get to really go into a lot of things. One thing that driving around making videos doesn't allow me to do is pull scriptures while I'm driving. But y'all know the scriptures on mercy. Like, that's not something that's you should know that. But do we live by them? Do we actually have mercy for our brothers? Or are we tyrants and everybody got to do things our way and all types of shit like that? Like, what I'm saying? We need to learn how to approach this thing the right way and have love for our people. So, like, I'm getting a text. I gotta reroute. Salakia, Israel. Here we go. Greenbrook. All right. New drive, view routes. All right, still taking the same way I was going to take anyway. All right, cool. Salak about that. So what I mean by mercy, right, is you have to really have mercy. Like, you gotta, if you want mercy, you gotta practice the mercy that the Lord had. If you want mercy from the Lord, you have to have mercy like the Lord had. Could you imagine what the Lord wanted to do to Israel, to the 2/3 that was calling for his death, that conspired against him? We have to have that type of mercy. We have to have that mercy around, literally around and towards brothers that wrong us. I've been wrong within the past 2 weeks. I've had subliminal shots thrown at me. I've had videos done on me. I've had two niggas screaming in my face, disrespecting me, and then put out videos lying on me. On top of all the other stuff that happens that doesn't even have to do with the truth. People in my life that wrong me. And you know what? I will continue to pray for them. Literally the same people that have done me wrong within the past 2 weeks. Same exact people that have done me wrong. You don't have to address it. Once you realize you've done wrong, you don't even have to apologize. It's already forgiven. Because we have to understand something, man. In this walk is not easy for nobody. This walk is difficult. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that, the people that have wronged me had their reasons for doing what they've done. And this is not aimed at anybody. A lot of people have wronged me within the past couple of weeks. So I'm not even, don't have a picture of a person in your mind. You can have a damn sea of people. Sometimes. But what you got to know about these people is that, I genuinely love them. I wish them the best. I hope that they're the elect. And, and that's how I'm proceeding to go about it. I don't I've learned in my time in the truth that, and it took me a long time to learn this. This is the only reason why I'm referencing my time in the truth. It took me a long time to learn this, is that I can't afford to take on the burden of the people that hate me. And this includes brothers in the truth. You know, the amount of slander that I have received. Coincidentally, when YouTube started, within a year or two of YouTube starting, I already had slander and dudes doing videos on me and shit. And one thing that I realized, realizing that I'm called to be a servant. Because one day I had to really sit back and think, like, what am I doing with my life in this truth? And not in a bad way, not to say that I'm missing out on living my life because of the truth, but what am I actually doing? This is a part of my life forever if the Lord wills it. So, what is my game plan, my strategy going forward? You know, and I've had to make changes. I've had to leave people alone. You know, you can call it camp hopping because I've been part of different camps. But you know what? I believe that the combination of brothers that I'm doing the work with now are the ones that are meant to do the work with me. You know, y'all don't see what goes on after the camera stop rolling. You don't see how brotherly, you know, we are to one another. You know, we've brought other people to tears when people see how we get down and how brotherly and loving we are to one another, man. And this is brothers that don't see each other but once every few months. And people think that we're tight as I don't know what, tight as a vice grip. You know? But one thing that I have to say is, man, be merciful. Be merciful, man. Be merciful to the point where you sound stupid. Because this world tells you don't be merciful. So to this world, you know, you're told, nah, fuck that. Oh, you ain't gonna fool me again. Like, no, don't be foolish. Don't be stupid. Just because I forgive you does not mean that I will give you a second opportunity to try to wreck my life, to slander me or destroy me. Just because I understand the position you were in when you slandered me doesn't mean that I will give you another opportunity to slander me. But forgive. Because the way I forgive you is the way I expect, or not expect. I can't expect it. The way I hope. You got to forgive the way you hope to be forgiven. In this life, man, we've done many things wrong. And I'm talking about brothers in the faith. We do so much wrong that we need to do right, man. We need to do right. Everybody that's done me wrong, man, I wish the best for you. I love you. Trust me. Like, not trust me, but truthfully. You know what I'm saying? From the heart. There's a lot of brothers I will never, ever do the work with again. There's a lot of friends I will never, it'll never be the same again. It's not because I don't forgive you. It's not because I don't have mercy on you. But it's because there's a balance now. I have mercy, I forgave you, but it doesn't mean I want to put you in the same position and screw me over again. Let's say you got a wife or whatever, you got a woman, a girlfriend, whatever, and she cheat on you. So now in your mind, you're like, okay, this chick up in my face telling me how much she loved me, then don't do that shit with another, with another nigga. So you don't love me. So if she wants to come back and be forgiven, she can be forgiven, but I don't have to let her back in my life. I don't have to actually say, okay, now it's No, because now the one thing that has changed is now I know how you operate as a person. So I do forgive everybody that has ever wronged me, but I do hope sincerely that everybody that has ever wronged me also knows that you wronging me taught me something about you. And that's all. I'm not trying to knock nobody. I'm not trying to, but by wronging me, you've taught me something about you and your character that while I can forgive it, I can even make a damn excuse for it in my mind to say, hey, what would you do if you was in their position? But really, in reality, you know, it's a lot of wrongs can't be made right or are not going to be made right. People have too much pride, they're too stubborn. And I have to understand that. I have absolutely zero problem apologizing when I have wronged somebody. First off, if I've wronged you, it's always unintentional. I do not ever, I can't think of a time that I purposely just said, yo, well, other than people that have hurt me, you know, which isn't right either. That's not mercy. But I am going to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, the same people that I said was making videos about me, I did diss tracks and all types of, there's diss tracks that they never heard. There's diss tracks that I never came out with a video for. But you know what I'll say about you know the mercy doesn't mean be stupid and take somebody back. You know, because again, it's the same thing as if you see somebody do some shady shit, right? You're not gonna make friends with that person knowing that they're shady. So now you broke the friendship by hurting me or doing something to me, but I'll forgive you for that. I will forgive you for that. I'm not going to hold you accountable. I will let it go. If somebody wants to beat your ass behind what you did to me, I'll stop them. I'll be like, nah, don't worry about it. It's handled. But what I will say is I will never trust it. You know, I will not put myself in the same predicament again with the person that has wronged me, because then I'm being stupid. I'm not using my wisdom, because there's wisdom that you gain by looking at the world through the filter of the truth. When you look at the world and you see according to scripture, you look at the world and you see the way the world is supposed to be through the scriptures, and that gives you a lot of insight in life. So now I'm basically growing up twice as fast as the normal person, maybe more, because I'm learning this world and I'm learning the way the Lord intended for this world, and the way the Lord allowed this world to get to a certain point so that lessons could be taught. This whole life is a lesson. You go through life, this whole life is a lesson. And one thing that I've learned is people that do you wrong don't stop doing you wrong. And I'm not saying that there won't be situations, because there have been. You've seen situations like, you know, I don't want to throw out names out there, you know, and throw out, you know, invite certain spirits, but there have been brothers that have wronged me that actually we got tighter, because once we came to the understanding of why it was done and what happened and everything, you know, it's kind of like if I was in the other brother's position, I would probably do the same thing, and vice versa. Like, you know what I'm saying? It turns out to be something where you learn. You just learn. And nothing, nothing can replace that lesson you learned. Now you know what to do in the future. And that's simply what it is. But mercy is one of the most important things when you read the scriptures. Because how can you be a fucked up individual? You fuck up. Sometimes the Lord ain't liking what you're doing. And then, but you're gonna sit here and say, I'm good enough where I can talk shit about him though. I never think I'm good enough where I could look at somebody and say, I'm doing righteous and you're not. I can only say, listen, what you're doing is wrong. That you have to correct if you want to be a better man for the Lord. But I can't sit here and prop myself up and say, I'm better than you, I'm doing better. No, because I'm not. I'm not better, I'm not doing better, I'm trying to do better. My competition is myself. I'm trying to do better than, I'm trying to grow myself. I'm not trying to grow more than you. I'm not trying to be closer to the Lord than you. Because I don't know who's the elect. I can only do what I can do in this faith and in this walk. You know what I'm saying? Because it just is what it is. Like, I'm trying to, please the Most High. But like I said, I'm not in a competition with you to see who can please him more. I'm just trying to please the Most High, man. But yeah, going back to the main subject of the video is you have to have mercy. Anybody that has ever wronged me, man, you are forgiven already. You don't have to call me and apologize. And this is from men that claim to be in the faith to men that are in the faith to my peoples in the world. I don't give a damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? You are forgiven because I'm not carrying that weight of what you've done. I'm not. I told a brother one time, I said, look, you're letting the bad that's been done to you hurt you twice. Because not only did it hurt you when it happened, but then it keeps hurting you as time goes on. And then what happens is, the person that wronged you, they're sleeping like a fucking baby every night. They don't give a flying fuck that they wronged you. You know who cares that they wrong people? People like us. People that actually care. People that actually would apologize if we're wrong. Those are who even care. Because a lot of people wrong. I've noticed this world, people wrong each other and do not give a fuck. I had a whole argument with somebody that was a friend of mine that's a manipulator, and that motherfucker really is, was talking like I'm the one bugging. And it's like, how do you develop that type of lack of conscience? You don't have a conscience about what you've done. Like, I don't know, maybe I beat myself up more than anybody else. Like today, matter of fact. Today there was a mistake at my job. It didn't initiate with me. One of my workers told his workers to do something, and then come to find out when a customer got home, it was a mistake. And the workers was trying to figure out whose fault it is. I said, it's my fault. I'm in charge. And I let your boss tell you to do something that wasn't exactly, what was needed. I don't want to go into too many specifics, but y'all get the gist. I'm not the one that said do XYZ. But because I didn't say don't do it, and, you know, I have information, you know, suggesting otherwise, or, you know, suggesting that something that we did we shouldn't have had to do, it's my fuck up. You know, if somebody's going to take the beat down for this, it's going to be me. Not literally a beat down, but if somebody's going to be responsible, it's going to be me. Because then the foreman is over there beating himself up like, oh man, I fucked up. I was like, no, you know what? I fucked up. I fucked up by letting you fuck up. I'm the leader. I'm the one that could have stepped in and said, nah, don't do that. And like I said, I'm not going into specifics about what was what, because y'all don't give a fuck about construction, like, you know what I'm saying? But just to show the type of person that we should be, we should fully take responsibility when we're wrong, always. But here's the thing about taking responsibility when you're wrong, and this is why the 99.9% of the world doesn't want to do it, is because if you admit something's wrong, then now you create a need for you to change it. And people don't want to change. People want to be wrong and stay wrong. And that's where, you know, that's worldly to me. People of the world, they don't want to take accountability, because taking accountability means now I got to admit that this is wrong. So if I do it again tomorrow, now motherfuckers are going to look at me like I'm stupid. So then what happens is, instead of taking accountability, people will say, no, I ain't do no wrong. I didn't do shit wrong. Because if you admit that it's wrong, you got to change it now. And that's not going to be happy, nor is it going to be pleasant for you. You know? But it is what it is. You're going to continue living with something that's wrong instead of making it right. It becomes your fuck up at that point. Your initial fuck up is a fuck up. It's a mistake. Anything after that is a choice. I've already seen the wrong that this causes, and I'm still fucking doing it. That's why sometimes I legit get mad at myself. I repeat mistakes sometimes. And what happens is, okay, here's what you have to do when you make a mistake. You look at your mistake and you take stock of what was lost. What was the cost of this mistake? So now when you make that mistake over again, okay, this is how much this mistake, the value of this mistake, whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's injuries, whatever. Mistakes cost. Doing the wrong thing costs. And then sometimes the hurtful part about a mistake is that it costs somebody else, not you. Because when my mistake burns somebody else, you know, I'm a brother that has a conscience. A lot of brothers don't have consciences. I have a conscience. If my fuck up fucks you up, it's gonna literally hurt me. It's gonna literally bother me. You know, but with that, I'm gonna say shalom. And, well, before I say shalom, you know, once again, you brothers out there, man, forgive those that wrong you. Yahawashi had Israel plot his death and everything. And he said, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And the suffering that he was going through at the time when he said that, man, listen, 90% of us would probably be like, man, fuck them niggas. Not Yahawashi. We have to have that type of mercy. And once again, the main thing I want to drive home about having mercy, it doesn't mean to be stupid and take back people into your life that you see aren't right. All you brothers that's not right, that I know is not right, I forgive you. I forgive you, man. You probably don't care that I forgive you, but I do. But with that, I'm going to say shalom.